the only time that you're not sure that you're going to commit to it is when you're like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Like, I'm going to go out this weekend. I'm going to wait till all the parties are done. No, this is life. You're going to have parties all the time. You're always going to go on vacation. But when you make that committed decision, you're going to do it. Like, I remember so many times when I made that committed decision.
Welcome back to another episode of Make It Count. Today I have a really special guest. I have my big sis, Grace Valentini. She is the founder of Aligned Nutrition, but one of my biggest inspirations. And I thought, what better way to get to know Grace and have her in the hot seat? So welcome.
Thank you. I'm so happy to finally be here.
Today we're going to talk about our upbringing. Yeah, I always say to people, like everyone always growing up, like, oh, you look the most like Grace. You Grace's sister, and we have another sister. But
we do call ourselves the two sisters, but there is one more. She's a blondie and she's a teacher.
Yeah, we always envied her hair. It was blonde. I did growing up. But the thing is that we're 14 years apart. But sometimes it's like interesting. I don't feel the age gap. Do you?
No, I don't. I don't feel the age gap. We always say like, there must have been an extra egg left in mom because it's weird. You had two boys, I had two boys. And then after years, you had a girl, I had a girl.
Yeah.
And your three children kind of resemble like personalities
yeah.
of my first, my second, and my third, like especially Milana and Victoria, like they're twinnies. Twins?
Yeah, it is crazy how, and I mean, I know this may be too much information, but I was conceived with loop tubes. So I don't know back then if that was, now they cauterized, but hey, you never know. An egg could have got missed. But what is your earliest memory of me growing up?
Okay, well, I'm going to say an early memory. This is not very, like, I'm going to say flattering memory, but like, I remember coming home from school, walking home off the bus, and mom told me that she was pregnant with you. And I was devastated. And I still to this day have no idea why I was devastated because we're 14 years apart.
Yeah.
But I remember doing a birthday party for you at McDonald's with your little friends. I worked at Bargain Harold's and I used to buy you all these clothes. I used to spend my paycheck on clothes for you.
Yeah.
I remember driving to Florida with mom and dad. And you had that little plastic seat.
The pink plastic
in the middle.
seat, no car seat.
No car seat. So you drove for 24 hours and then like a chair you could buy at the dollar store right now. And we just thought that was normal. And I mean, it was really normal
at that time.
And I just remember as well, Laura LaFergola came over after you were born and she took all these pictures for you for mom, like a professional photographer. And you're on the couch and it was on a Sunday. And I remember that too.
I remember. So my fondest memory, I think of you as a child, like I remember you driving me around in your Tempo.
Oh my God.
And there
wasn't a Tempo.
It was beige.
No, that was my first car mom and dad bought me, but it was a Ford. It wasn't a Tempo, it was a Ford something.
And I remember like you brought me everywhere. Okay. And I was sitting in the front. So I don't even know how young I was, but I remember you would leave me in the car to go do errands or whatever. Like this is crazy.
Well, I mean, again, I was the same kind of mom.
And I I remember this one time only, like Grace rarely growing up got mad at me. I would say like, I'll have some things to tell you more later, but like I found a pin and I kept poking things in the dashboard.
Oh my God, I'm not lying to you right now. I was thinking when you said the beige Accord or whatever it's called.
Something along those lines. And you came in.
I remember there was like, I was just thinking there was pin marks on there.
Yeah.
Who did the pin
I made
marks?
a smiley face. And when you came in, you're like, Mom and Dad are going to kill me. And I was just like, I don't know what I did wrong. You just left me in this vehicle. I don't even know where you were, what happened.
Oh my God.
The childhood we had was crazy because you kind of were my mom. And you know how you said you were upset?
Yeah.
It's probably because like you thought you were going to have to babysit, which you never did.
Well, yeah, I did hate babysitting you but in my defense, Merslivia babysat you all the time.
Yeah. Our cousin Merslivia really was my oldest sister as well.
She was like, she's like a sister, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, because you were born and then I was 15, really pretty much almost. And then I started going out, like I got my license. So I was going out all the time. Like I didn't want to babysit you. I just wanted to go out. So Yeah, I remember not wanting to babysit you.
So that is how I raised myself. If you're ever wondering what a fourth child is like, that's what it's like raising yourself. I mean,
But I just thought of something.
What?
So we're 14 years apart, and we are not that much different than age gap between me and mom.
no, I know. I thought about that. So my mom
I just thought about that.
was 17 when she had you.
She was almost, she was
17.
almost 18, but she was 17 when she had me.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that.
Like, I can't imagine my daughter just even being married at 20.
No, I know.
Or me having a baby at 17. Like,
What is your fondest memory of our home?
our family dinners.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
I just, on Sundays, Nana Sylvia always came over. We always had the awesome family dinners every single night. I remember mom used to wait for dad to come home. Like when I was younger, when we lived on Little Forks, I remember she would look out the living room window. If it was 8 o'clock.
We're giving her secrets now. Okay?
Yeah,
so,
like we did not eat till dad came home.
yeah, a similar memory. We watched soap opera, Young and the Restless, and as soon as we saw dad's truck pull in, we turned the TV off. We sat at the table like soldiers, and we're like, "Oh, hi, we've been waiting for you for 5 hours."
Yeah, but the thing is, sometimes Nana Maria would watch us when mom worked there for a little bit, and we have like after school coffee and cookies.
Do you remember
Garfield
like the chips? Oh, the chips.
So we gorge and then go home an hour later and eat dinner.
I know. It's kind of the same now with my kids.
Yeah.
Do you feel like did you ever like look at so we have 4 siblings, like are the siblings we have, and do you have the same relationship with each one of them? Each one of us?
No, I mean with either of you. Like even with you and Maria, I think it's a different relationship like that I have with you two and that you guys have together. I do feel like I'm a third wheel there. But anyways, no, just kidding.
Here we go. We got the skeletons in the closet here.
I do feel that I have obviously a different relationship with Arnaldo, our brother. I mean, that's a whole nother story, but we are 5 years apart, right? So I'm 5 years apart from him and 9 years apart from Maria, 14 years apart from you. So me and him were together alone the most. So I think I have different memories of him than you guys do.
Welcome to Visibility Boosters. We help businesses get visible online and gain clarity inside their business. From systems and operations to smarter use of AI so they can streamline, scale, and grow efficiently. The reality is that 99% of business owners don't know how to use AI tools in a way that actually saves time and drives growth. That's exactly what we do for our clients. Let's get into it. What do you feel like, I wanted you to share your story, but like food was a big part of our culture, right? Growing up.
Yeah.
And you have a story. You struggled with your body.
Yeah, I mean, I did. It's crazy because if anybody asks me, I think I had the best childhood ever, which I do. Like I don't have any. Yeah. The only bad memories I have is obviously probably just being teased at school for my weight. But so say I was bullied at school, they call it bullying now, but then I came home, it was great. Like, I remember dad being like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm going to take you out to Sears." And he did buy me clothes that fit me, or mom's like, "Oh, that's okay. Let's have a coffee and a cake," right? So I was always like rewarded or made me feel better with food. So I guess, the only bad memory I have is, I guess, being big and not being able to do sports or stuff like that or being bullied. But when I got home, it was always a great memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was tough for you, elementary school or high school?
Probably elementary school, 100%. I think I struggled in high school, but I mean, I made my own friends too, but not like elementary school. Like that was just next level.
And I do have the similar memory. I mean, like by the time I came around, like I was doing sports, right? Maybe I was teased a bit, but I do remember those moments of going to Weight Watchers.
Oh my God.
And I was just like sitting on the carpet, and I basically was like mom's sidekick, like Victoria's her sidekick or Milana. And I remember just like sitting there and listening. And sometimes I feel like that defined how I nurture women and about their body image.
Well, it's crazy. Well, number one, I remember I had Mrs. Debicki at Our Lady of Fatima. And at the time, we had a convenience store. So we had, mom would bring home Flakies and Joey Louis and all this stuff, right? But I wanted to join Weight Watchers. She was against it. She really was.
No, I didn't know that.
She was. She's like, "Oh, you don't need to," again, being at home, "You don't need to go. You're beautiful the way you are." Like they always told me that. But I remember our neighbor, Marie, I won't mention her name. She was going, she goes, okay, well, I'll take you. So in grade 5 at recess, I remember everybody eating like flakies and chips, and mom would measure 1 ounce of mozzarella and an apple for me. And I remember it like it was just yesterday, but now I'm a coach at Weight Watchers as well. And I see some people bring their kids in, and I just, I don't think it's bad, but it also brings back memories about the food, right? Like, just what do they think is this normal life? I guess I don't know. For me, it kind of is at those points. Like everything, like yeah.
Same thing with me. Like as much as like I preach about eating everything, I think those early moments about food are ingrained in me. Like when I don't remember a time I didn't care about the food.
You know when it changed for me? And it's only been 3 years that I don't think about food as much, really, at all. I'll eat whatever I want, is when I started lifting weights, like weightlifting.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but that's when everything changed.
When did and I was going to ask the question, like shift, like I remember when you had your firstborn, Michael.
Yeah.
And because I was 10 and I just was like, oh my gosh, that's the best thing. Like, and you had a built-in babysitter, but I remember you going to the hospital and that blue and white maternity outfit. And like, when you post pictures online, I don't think people understand the transformation that you've made.
Yeah. So when I had Michael, after I had him, I thought, oh, you feel skinny after the baby comes out, because you're like, oh, go get my skinny jeans. And actually, my skinny jeans were like a size 18. So let's just put this in perspective. But I left the hospital and I was 220 pounds. And I lost literally maybe 15 pounds of that. And I got pregnant again, ballooned up to 220 pounds again. And it was not budging at all. And I always tell my clients and my members at Weight Watchers is you have to make a committed decision. Like, the only time that you're not sure that you're going to commit to it is when you're like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Like, I'm going to go out this weekend. I'm going to wait till all the parties are done. No, this is life. You're going to have parties all the time. You're always going to go on vacation. But when you make that committed decision, you're going to do it. Like, I remember so many times when I made that committed decision, at night, you want to snuggle on the couch with your kids. At the time, I just had Michael and Joseph, and their dad would come home from work and they're all watching TV, snuggling. And I'm like, I didn't have a chance to go to the Y tonight. I'm going to go to the Y. They're eating popcorn. And I would have like the tug of war in my head. Oh, should I have left them? The whole time I'm working out, I'm like, oh, I'm an awful mother. This is awful. And then I would wake them up in the morning to take them to daycare at the gym at the YMCA so I could work out.
Yeah.
And it's hard, right? Yeah. But like, again, you've seen these quotes. What hard are you choosing? Like, are you choosing to stay the way you are, which is comfortable? And that's easy. But then are you looking back saying, I could have, I should have? How do you want to feel?
And the thing is, I think it's important to recognize, like, if you are, you made a decision because you didn't feel like the version of yourself that you wanted to be. But if you do feel confident in the version that you are, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You have to remember, like, your journey could be looking different. And I have learned that, right? Like I preach all the time that like I was chasing a smaller version of myself all the time. And then something just shifted. I just was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to be that version of myself anymore.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like, but I'm always interested. We have mom guilt and it can be woman guilt or whatever. Why do we have this guilt about pouring into ourselves first?
Yeah, I don't know. And again, if you pour into yourself first, right, you are going to be a better mother or wife.
I think because we didn't see our mom do that.
Yeah, no. And to this day, my mom still will like sacrifice everything.
Yeah.
Just, I'm not going to travel because I want to make sure like everything's left to you guys. Like,
yes,
you need this. I'm going to do this. Like, it's just, and again, I think you're going against the grain, right? But I think when you I know like when you feel better, I'm sorry. Like I have been heavy. I have been middle size. I've been smaller, and I just feel better when I'm healthy. Yeah. You could be as happy as you want. I had a great childhood. I knew I was loved. I never questioned that I was ugly or that I wasn't beautiful enough. Like I was always told, like from my parents, from my grandparents, like my aunts, like I always knew, like I never questioned that. I was never not confident that I always felt confident, but I didn't feel good in my own skin. And I think we have to stop saying, oh, we just want to do it because we want to feel good. Yes, you do. But there's nothing wrong to say, I want to feel good in my clothes.
Yeah.
I want to feel confident on the beach with a bikini on.
Yeah.
I want to feel
whatever version that
when
looks
I'm
like.
naked, looking in the mirror. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong to say that. And for someone, that might not be a reason, and that's fine. But if that is your reason, that's fine as well.
Yeah. Do you feel like, you've changed quite physically, but I think the shift that really moved the needle for you is that mindset.
Yeah. So I always also say this to my members. Every pound you lose is like, if you imagine wearing a backpack with rocks in it. And every time you lose a pound, you take a rock out of the backpack. You become lighter and lighter. But also mentally, there's a massive shift when you lose weight. I know, like, I think things have changed now, but years ago, like even 20 years ago, if you were heavier, even to go apply to a job or the way people looked at you, you were treated differently.
Yeah.
Like that's how I grew up. I'm not saying that that's the way it is right now.
We've come a long way. Right?
We've come a long way. But it's just a mental shift that happens to you, the confidence. And if you can do the hard of going to work out when you don't want to, eating healthy food when you don't want to, there's something in that means you can do hard things. You can do something else that's hard too.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you think what moves the needle more? Fitness, working out, or nutrition?
Nutrition.
Yeah.
Nutrition. Nutrition is what moves the needle. And then I think exercise is just that added bonus that helps you, which is good for heart health, muscle, especially as we age, we need that muscle, right? Because now, I want to say be thin and look good or whatever, like you want to be healthy. But again, I'm starting to think of longevity. I know that word's used so much, but I want to age powerfully. Yeah. Like I hopefully can at 85 go on vacation and walk for 20,000 steps. I don't need help going to the washroom.
Quick pause before we get back to the episode. If you're enjoying this so far, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a quick review on Google or Spotify. Those reviews help us grow our rankings and credibility, which allows us to bring on bigger guests and deliver more value to you. We really appreciate the support. Now, let's jump back in.
I don't have a counter full of pills because of cholesterol.
Yeah,
and
everyone
heart disease.
has different ideas.
Like, heart disease does run in our family, and I might have to take it. Who knows, right? That is hereditary, but I'm going to try everything I can to be strong. Yeah. Like I want to be able to run around with my grandkids. Like if they're like, oh, you know what? Let's go to the jumpy castle.
Yeah.
Other than wearing Depends, I want to be able to jump, right?
Oh my gosh. But the thing is, like, how did you go from like, I say before, like, I was raised in 90s diet culture where it's like thin is in. And it scares me sometimes because social media plays a huge role. And we see that now. It's like when we say like, lose weight, like that looks different for everybody, right? Your goals could be, I want to be strong.
Yeah.
I want to age powerfully. I want to be strong. How did you go from diet culture to eating whole foods? Because that, I think, like, I do agree that, yes, moving the body is key. But what you put in your body makes the major difference.
You said something, diet culture, and this is what was a major shift for me. I yo-yo dieted all my life. Like, okay, so I started Weight Watchers when I was in grade 5. I did Scarsdale. I did the cabbage soup diet.
I don't even know what Scarsdale is.
I did Nutrisystem. Okay, like listen, I've done every single diet. South Beach, I've done everything.
That should be your tagline,
right? No, like
if it was a diet, I've done it.
No, I have. Like you cannot name a diet. When I finished my holistic health coaches, my course, they had a list of all these diets, and I'm like, check, right? So a diet, to me, this is what a diet means. You go on a diet, and anybody can lose weight on a diet. Just cut the calories and you're going to lose weight, right? But anyone that's on a diet can't wait to get off the diet because they want to go back to eating the way they used to eating because you've taken everything out of your diet and you're just thinking of food. Like, so when you're hungry, now we all heard a food noise, but when you're hungry, that's like putting fuel on the food noise. So that food noise is so loud when you're on a diet. But we've also heard lifestyle. So what switched for me was I am never doing another diet again. I'm going to eat as healthy as I possibly can. I'm going to exercise. At the time, I loved cream and sugar in my coffee. And I knew after I worked out, after lunch, I enjoyed that coffee the most. So I saved my cream and sugar coffee for after lunch. And it was so enjoyable that it just made me keep doing things. So I'm like, and if I have a bad day, like a bad eating window or whatever you want to call it, or a bad lunch or a bad dinner, I always started again the next meal or the next day. That's it. Like there is nothing else. I ate whatever I wanted. I tried to eat healthy the majority of the time.
Yeah.
But if I had ice cream, I'm like, okay, I had ice cream. At the beginning, I did feel guilty for having the ice cream. I'm not going to lie. But over time, you learn like, this is life. You're not taking these foods out. If you start taking everything out, that's a diet and you're not going to sustain it. But if you're like, even if you go on vacation, so I never understood this. So you're living this healthy lifestyle. Why go gorge on vacation? Yeah, like again, you're going to have more than you normally have at home, right? Because you're staying on all inclusive. But when you get home, like don't go full out on the vacation. Enjoy more foods or drinks if you want in moderation. When you come home, just go back on it. And that's it. Yeah. And if you continually do that, there's no way that you're not going to win. Like even working out, most of my workouts are not exciting or fun, and they're mostly hard most of the time. But there's that one time a month where I had that great workout, right? But I show up every day, even when I'm like, my weights have gone lower or I don't want to do it and I'm tired. But that is like a bank account. You are building, like when you save money, you don't see a big, huge, not that I know much about this, but I'm not a money person if anybody's ever watching this, but it's kind of, if I apply this to money, if you save, when you start saving, you're not going to see that big cash flow, like compounded interest. You're going to see that over time. It's the same old mundane thing, saving your money. But in 20 years from now, you're going to be like, wow. And that's exactly with exercise and losing weight and eating healthy.
100%. And also the satisfaction, right? Like you're right. Even with like children, you tell them don't do something. Yeah. They're going to do it. You
like
try to restrict.
Not to think of an elephant. What are you going to think about?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like enjoy. And I feel like, we need to get back to, maybe our roots of like sitting down, enjoy your meal. We came from a very rich culture of food. Yeah. And I think that like the fear of eating a certain macronutrient like carbohydrates and pastas, we're like, oh, no, we can't eat that. But why?
But you notice they only do that in North America. If you look at the blue zones.
We went to Europe, everyone's eating everything.
Well, if you go to the blue zones all around the world, the number one thing for longevity and them living long, a lot of them even smoke and still drink in moderation. Is community is what keeps them alive. Yeah. And if you look, and it's only in North America that we take out food groups. You go to France, you go to Paris, they're eating baguettes. Cheese and baguettes, right? But in community.
Yeah, but they're moving.
Right? But here we take out food groups and we think that's normal. Like for an example now, protein is having its day. Okay. It is having its day, which it is very important. Yeah. But if you notice on social media right now they're starting to talk about fiber. Yeah. Right? And what's going to happen after fiber? Like if you look back, they've taken out carbs, like they've taken out so many things, but it's like, no, if you look at North America, people are not sitting down eating meals together either. Like if you look at all the things that we're doing, we are the complete opposite of what they're doing like in Europe or in these blue zones.
Yeah. And also like, if we look at our father, right? Like, I mean, by any means, like right now we think like, I'm in the business too of like getting people healthy, but everyone's so concerned about like, did I do my workout today? I think what you should be more concerned about is like, how many hours did you move? Like, look at our dad. Mm-hmm. Okay. He goes for a walk. He's in the garden. He's puttering around. I don't think he stops all day long. Yeah. And I think that like, that is also a key to longevity. Huge. It's like, we're so focused on that 1 hour, but what are you doing like
after that?
Right.
Like I didn't used to think that exercise was, I didn't used to think that walking was exercise. So when we came back from Italy 2 years ago, I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear my Apple Watch because I haven't worn it for years, but I'm like, I work out, like I get my steps. Well, I started tracking it after my workouts. I was probably getting 3,000 steps a day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy. So if you think about it, we sit.
And sitting is the new smoking.
Yeah, no, it is, because say you're at a desk job, you come home, you eat and you sit and watch TV, right? I have a member at one of my Weight Watchers classes. She's 75 and she does 25,000 steps a day. She dances in the house. She just makes it a priority to walk, and she's lost weight. She's maintained it, and she looks fabulous. Like walking is so moving your body.
Yeah. Doesn't need to be structured.
You know what? Tracking is information. Yeah. Don't say, yeah, I get it. No. What does your watch say? What does your Oura ring say? Like that is really important.
Yeah. Quick heads up. If you prefer to consume this content in audio form, you can listen to us on all your favorite podcast platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you're listening right now and want to watch these episodes, including our visuals and skits, make sure you follow us on YouTube and Visibility Boosters. All right, back to the episode. Let's move on to some mindset shifts. And I'm always curious, right? Like, I know we're sisters and we talk probably 20,000 times a day, but...
well, you never answer my phone calls during the day.
There's no resentment there. Because some people work, but no, joking. So, who would you say is your biggest inspiration in life?
Jeez, I never thought about that. My biggest inspiration. I don't even know if I have any. Oh, I have to think about that one.
Do you have a hero?
No.
No? Okay.
I can't think of anybody at the top of my head.
Who made the biggest impact in your life?
Oh my God. I wish you had given me these questions.
Oh my gosh. I stumped Grace. She talks all the time.
Well, I don't think there's one person that made an impact in my life, but I will say this because I do say this a lot and I do think this a lot. I think my family made a huge impact on my life. Mm-hmm. I think my immediate family and our like surrounding family, like our aunts, our uncles, our cousins, and then our parents, our grandparents, our siblings. I think those people, and I just thought of something. We always look outside of like maybe superstars or somebody, to make an impact. But for me, I just had an aha moment. It's actually my family because I've always wanted to like be them. Like I always wanted to kind of make the family I grew up in. Kind of screwed up in that manner a little bit, but that's what I've always wanted.
Life is lessons, right?
Yeah, life is lessons. Life is lessons. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. I just
rapid fire.
Basically, I just want to see your answers to this. Okay.
I'm scared.
Okay, this is about like who'd you turn to. So, who would you turn to if you got arrested?
I'm gonna say probably my sisters and my cousin. I would probably call them.
Instead of speaking to a lawyer, Grace is gonna have us on speed dial. If you needed money, where would you go?
Mom and Dad.
If you had a crisis, who would you call?
Oh my gosh.
This is just no right or wrong answers.
If I had a crisis, who would I call? Oh my God, probably again. I'm going to say my sisters and my cousin.
What she really means is our cousin. If you if you needed sound advice,
MS, Mersilvia, 100%.
If you needed someone to clean up a job and get rid of the evidence, who would you call?
Again, I'm going to say the three of you.
I think we should be charging for.
Oh my gosh, it's free counseling.
Okay. If you wanted to gossip.
Oh my God. Who would I call?
Yeah.
Okay, I have the three of you on speed dial.
Moral of the story is that you use us for a lot of things.
I know. I never thought about it. Oh, okay. I'm going to add my daughter to that.
Yeah, now she's of age.
Yeah. Like she gets annoyed with me. I FaceTime her 20 times a day at university, and her friends are like, "Don't you find that kind of weird that your mom FaceTime you so much?"
Oh my gosh. Okay, so why do you think you enjoy working with women?
Well, because I think I've gone through it, right? So I understand how they feel. Number one, like I love going to people that have more gone through it than just gone to school. Like if you've gone to school and gone through it, I love you. Like I'm going to pay money to come and see you. But someone who's gone through it and has results, that's who I want to see, right? Like a real estate agent, you could have gone to the top school, but if you're not selling homes, I don't want you as my real estate agent.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's the same thing. People go to people, they gravitate. Well, anyways, for myself, I gravitate to people that are doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if there's one thing you could tell your 18-year-old self right now, what would it be?
Everything is going to be okay. Like I just talked to somebody about this yesterday. Again, my mind, I can't remember, but we worry so much. Like we just worry. And then that worry, it just snowballs. But I've been thinking lately, if I was on my deathbed, how important is that? Like, could I have gone through it? Yeah, probably. Will it hurt? Yeah, it'll hurt and it'll suck, but you'll get through it.
Yeah, there's actually something that I read. It was like, if you had to choose your death, what would it be? And it was crazy. I was like, this question. And I was like, I don't know. Like, is your is your life defined by your death, or death defined by your life? You know what I mean? Like, what do you want them to say? Okay, that's a question.
I always say too, I've been thinking about this a lot because, people my age, some of them are dying.
Yeah.
And it's like, when we're younger, you're like, I want to be successful and I want all this money and I want this nice house and I want this nice car and clothes. Yeah. Again, that's all great. But what do you want to be remembered for? Because I really lately feel that I rather be surrounded around people that love me, and that you're remembered by as a kind person. Again, it goes back to community, because look at people that are in solitary confinement, right? They're miserable. And you can be a lonely person in this world, right? And I don't want that.
No. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Make It Count. If you got value from today's conversation, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media platforms @Visibility Boosters. We've got more great episodes and guests coming your way. We'll see you in the next one. Lastly, what is the biggest lesson you've learned in your life so far?
Family's everything. That's my number one. I've learned that 100%. That's it. I really actually feel sad for people that don't have a close-knit family or friends or anyone to lean on. But honestly, that's number one for me.
Yeah. I would say I would definitely think the similar answer. What do you want women, or how do you want women to approach you or reach out to you for nutrition?
Yeah. Again, I think sometimes women are afraid to make that first email or phone call because they're like, what am I getting myself into? You're getting yourself into nothing. There is nothing wrong to reach out to someone and say, I need help. Can you help me? And maybe we're not a great fit. Maybe I'm not the person for you, right? But just a call, we can have a consultation and just see what you want.
Yeah.
What do you want? Again, I always say you can't change everything at once. And if you go see anyone, even if it's not me, and they want to upheaval your whole life, it's not going to work. I always say, let's start with breakfast. Get that down pat for a month, right? Eat everything that you normally eat except for breakfast. We're going to really focus on breakfast.
Yeah.
And after a month, we'll do a snack. And by the end of the year, so if you think about it, if you're doing nothing right now and you just take 12 months to change each meal, just think, where are you going to be in 365 days?
True.
It's going to be huge. It's going to have a massive impact, but a small micro change that you can handle. And maybe just go for 3,000 step walk if you're not doing anything.
Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Don't look on the internet, I got to do 10,000 steps. I got to lift weights. I got to eat healthy. No, if you're not doing that, that is overwhelming. Lately I've been looking at bodybuilding and I'm like, I'm still not ready.
Yeah.
Because I could see the work that's involved. You have to be ready for these things, right? Yeah. Little things, right? Maybe now weightlifting, maybe in 2 years, it'll be bodybuilding. Who knows? But you got to start small.
Okay, so what's next for Grace? Because we're going to post everything, her website, Aligning Nutrition, and you can reach her there and get some meal guides, but also reach out for a consultation. Yeah. But what is next for you?
Cookbook.
Ooh.
100%. I was actually looking into it this morning. Maybe a PDF online to start off with. I would love a cooking show. Everyone knows how much I love to cook. Anybody out there that knows a producer, I would love to cook a cooking show. But definitely a cookbook is in the works. And again, I'm still here to help anyone that wants to lose weight. Nutrition's my passion. Obviously, working out is yours. Yeah, that's where it's at.
And what is your favorite quote we can end on?
I just from Thoreau, live the life you imagined. I had it on my wall for like 25 years. Live the life you imagined. I can't think of the whole thing right now.
Instead of living someone else's life?
No, it's oh geez, I can't believe I forgot it.
But what is something you live by?
Live the life of your dreams, live the life you imagine, something like that.
Live life imagine. That's also the quote that is on Grace's gratitude journal.
Oh yeah, you can get it on Amazon.
Yeah, so we'll post that as well.
Or my website. If you go to alignedinnutrition.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being my guest.
Yeah.
You know what? You were actually, you talked quite a bit. I only stumped you a couple of times.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I wasn't your getaway vehicle for cleaning up messes because I feel like you owe me all this money in counseling.
I know. I do.
Just fucking you. Thank you so much for watching us. I will post everything of Grace's links. So if you want to reach out to her, she's a wealth of knowledge. You can also find her. We'll post on her TikToks and Instagrams. She has tons of easy recipes to follow. So go give her a follow. And we hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you next time.